9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Have you ever wondered if the reality you perceive is only a fraction of what really exists? Jacob Grinberg dedicated his life to investigating the existence of a fascinating collective neural network that he called the lattice. According to his discoveries, this energy matrix connects all existence in a coherent fabric of information and consciousness. But despite so much connection, sometimes we feel as if the universe simply does not listen to us, as if it ignores us completely. Have you ever felt that you are screaming into the void, that your desires and requests seem to get lost in the infinite without a response? That feeling of loneliness, that moment when you look up at the night sky and wonder if someone or something is listening to your prayers. For years, many of us have learned various techniques of manifestation, visualization, and affirmations, all of them tools to communicate with the universe. However, there is a truth fundamental that few understand: the universe. It has never stopped talking to us. It is in constant communication with us. Whether you use techniques or not, imagine that you are in a foreign country. Everyone around you tries to communicate with you, but they speak a language that you do not know: their gestures, their expressions. Even the tone of their voice carries messages that you cannot decipher. This is exactly how we relate to the universe when we do not understand its language. It is not that it is not responding to us, it is that we have not yet learned to listen. Today you will learn to recognize the signs, to interpret the messages, and more importantly, to establish a true connection with that universal force that guides your path. When you want something, you keep waiting for signs that confirm that what you want is about to manifest. The universe sends you these signals constantly, but before we dive into them, we need to understand the very nature of desire. Have you ever wondered why some desires feel so deep, so true, while others seem superficial? The answer reveals a transformative truth about our connection to the universe. Some hold that when you feel an authentic desire, one that vibrates every fiber of your being, you are not experiencing a mere preference or a momentary whim. You are feeling the echo of something that already exists on a higher plane of consciousness. Your higher self, that elevated version of yourself, has already reached that state of realization. The desire you feel is the bridge between who you are now and who you are destined to be. This completely changes our perspective about desires are not simple longings, born of lack, are divine signs, maps that they guide us towards our true nature. When you feel a genuine passion for something, when the simple idea of achieving that dream fills you with light and energy, you are receiving a direct confirmation from the universe. It is its way of telling you this is already yours on the spiritual plane. Now you just need to align yourself with that reality on the physical plane. That is why it is crucial to learn to distinguish between authentic desires and those that we have adopted due to social conditioning or other people's expectations. True desires act as beacons that illuminate our path towards divine purpose while imposed desires create interference in our communication with the universe. Now that we know this version about the nature of authentic desires, it is time to explore how the universe communicates with us. Let's say that every day the universe weaves an intricate network of signals designed specifically for you. These signals appear in the most everyday forms. The conversation you hear in the cafe, the book that falls from a shelf, or even the bird that lands on your window. Just when you think about making an important decision. For some people, messages come through songs that are repeated inexplicably during crucial moments in their lives. For others, they are apparently casual encounters with people who bring exactly the information or perspective needed at that moment. These are not random coincidences, but carefully orchestrated synchronicities. Think about the last time you had a hunch so strong you couldn't ignore it. Maybe you felt the urge to take a different route to work just to discover later that you avoided a big traffic jam. These intuitions are the whisper of the universe. its most guiding way. The key is to understand that the universe does not always shout. Often, it simply whispers through the most subtle experiences of our daily lives. Each signal is like a piece of a larger puzzle, designed to guide you to your highest expression. But how can we interpret these signs with certainty? The first and most reliable indicator is the language of emotions. When you experience a deep sense of peace or inexplicable joy in the face of a decision or situation. Though the universe is confirming your direction, on the contrary, that feeling of heaviness or restlessness in the chest can be a subtle warning, but Clara, numbers, and patterns also play a fundamental role in this universal dialogue. It is not just about repeatedly seeing sequences like 111 or 44. It is worth noting when certain numbers start appearing at significant moments in your life. You may notice that every time you are about to make an important decision, the same number appears in different contexts: a purchase receipt, a car license plate, the time on the clock. The events that seem to random messages are another powerful communication channel when your normal routine is interrupted, when you encounter unexpected obstacles, or when doors open effortlessly. The universe is actively communicating with you. These disruptions in your usual pattern are not random inconveniences, but coded messages that require your attention. The key to correctly interpret these signs lies in maintaining a state of heightened awareness, observing not only the event itself, but the context in which it occurs and the emotions it generates in you. Each sign is like a word in a larger conversation that the universe maintains with you. Constantly, one of the most powerful languages of the universe manifests itself through divine intervention in those moments when life seems to take a dramatic and unexpected turn, when a door closes abruptly, when a relationship ends without apparent explanation, or when we lose something we believe to be fundamental. We are not being punished. The universe is creating space for something better, something that will resonate more deeply with our true essence. This divine intervention operates with perfect precision. Although we rarely understand it at the time, it is like when you miss a bus and feel frustrated, only to find out later that there was an accident on the road. The art of listening to the universe requires a special quality, the patience. In our age of instant gratification. We have lost the ability to wait to allow things to mature naturally. Patience is not passivity, it is conscious receptivity. It is like a well-tended garden. We cannot force the flowers to bloom, but we can create the perfect conditions for there to increase our receptivity to universal messages. We need to cultivate moments of stillness in our daily lives. It is not about meditating for hours, but about creating small spaces of silence where we can tune in to our inner wisdom. These moments allow us to distinguish between the noise of our fears and the clear voice of the universal guide. The difference between forcing and flowing is fundamental in this process. When we force, we operate from the ego, from anxiety and control. When we flow, we move in harmony with the invisible currents of the universe, allowing life to unfold with naturalness and grace. Every experience, every encounter, every apparent obstacle is part of an ongoing dialogue designed to guide you toward your highest expression. I invite you to begin today to pay attention to the signs that surround you. Observe the synchronicities. Listen to your intuition. Trust your authentic emotions. The key is not in learning a new language, but in remembering one that your soul already knows. If you got this far, receive as always. A big hug on behalf of the whole team. As always, it is a pleasure to have your company. One more day. See you soon. Stay awake.